Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for another positive spin. Now, today we're going to be talking about Christmas Vacation 2 Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure. Okay, this is one that completely got past me. I'm going to go over my relationship with this film, which is absolutely nothing. I had no idea this movie even existed. I've never heard anyone talk about it. And like I said, I didn't even know it was around or even available to watch. And when I was talking to Joe about what we were going to do around Christmas time, he was like, "Well, we could do a Christmas a Christmas story too, or we could do a Christmas vacation too." I was like, "What? Christmas vacation too?" And he said, "Yeah, I see it around me, every once in a while I can pick them up." Which he did. He picked them up for both of us, which I'm actually very grateful. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, "Wait a minute. I've never heard of this movie before. How did a Christmas vacation movie get past me?" Well, apparently it did. So I have absolutely no relationship with this film. I was a little apprehensive and I kind of wanted to watch it and see what it was all about because I've always liked Cousin Eddie and his family in the vacation movies. And I think the only ones they weren't in was the second one, if I remember correctly. But I've always liked Cousin Eddie and his family. I just didn't know if they would be able to carry a film themselves. So let's put a positive spin on Christmas Vacation 2 Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure. Okay, this starts out really fun and has a really nice Christmas feel. Cousin Eddie and his family are staying at Audrey Griswold, which of course is the daughter. And the great thing about this is through the film, you get a lot of homages to the other vacation films. I'm only going to tell you one. The rest of them you'll have to figure out for yourself. But Dana Barron actually reprises her role as Audrey Griswold, which I thought was amazing. I was so happy about that. And she's actually throughout the entire film. She goes on vacation with him. And I thought that was really cool. This has an excellent cast, including Fred Willard, which I've always liked. And Ed Asner is hysterical in this film. I really enjoyed him. He plays Uncle Nick, and he goes on vacation with him too. Now, Fred Willard plays Eddie's boss, where he gets fired. um, that's another part I like, but I like Fred Willard a lot. Uh, Eddie is, of course, nuclear testing, which means he's pretty much like a test monkey. And he actually gets fired because they decide to keep the monkey because it's smarter than him. There's only there's Eddie and a test monkey, and the monkey gets to keep his job and Eddie gets fired. Well, the monkey ends up biting him on the ass, and rather than get sued, the company decides that they're going to give Eddie a all expenses paid Christmas vacation to Hawaii. So after basically, I don't want to give too much away, but after basically destroying Audrey's house, they all end up going to Hawaii for vacation. This is not a review, I'm just kind of giving you the overlay. Um, Randy Quaid is absolutely awesome as Cousin Eddie, as he always is in these films. And in a couple of them, I felt that he was like maybe a little too overboard, but not with this one. I think he plays quite well. A lot of humor hits. It's typical Cousin Eddie laughs, which I've always liked. Like I said, I just didn't know if it would be too much or if him and his family could carry the entire film. Surprisingly enough, they could, because I had a blast with this movie. The premise is pretty cool with them actually getting stranded on an island. It's Cousin Eddie and his family, of course, Audrey Griswold, and a tour guide. There's also some relatively heartwarming stuff with Eddie's family, as far as him just being more present and into his family vacation time. I love Catherine in this. Of course, that's Eddie's wife, and she reprises her role. They do mention the stripper daughter. Um, it's just a really, really fun movie. Not really a whole lot to say about this one. I found that the whole movie was positive. Really didn't know what to expect going in. I thought that this was going to be one of the ones that I wouldn't going to particularly care for, but do a positive spin anyway and pick out the positives. But I actually liked this entire movie. I was very surprised that it gets all the hate it gets. It's silly, fun, the way most of the vacation movies are, and it kind of feels like one of the films. I know the first film was rated R, and of course that's my favorite film in the series. Most people seem like they like Christmas Vacation, but that was PG-13, so this kind of fits in with the overall um, the humor in the entire series. So this really goes well. Would it have done well in the theaters? Probably not, but going straight to TV seemed like the way to go for this, and I had a really good time with it. Special thank you to Joe for sending me this to review for you guys. Um, I loved it. This is definitely going to be a Christmas time watch. Even my wife watched some of it and she enjoyed it as well. It's just a fun, light-hearted film that you really don't have to put much thinking in. There's not a whole lot of thinking involved. It's kind of one of those things where you just pop some popcorn and enjoy yourself. And that's my positive spin on Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure. Make sure to check out Joe's Positive Spin, and if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.